अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल
नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः हरिः ओम्। उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्या जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यमाद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तं विद्राविताशेषतमोगणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्यमायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महांस्तत्त्वमसीति बोधम् ममाद्यदेवो वटमूलवासी कृपाविशेषात्कृतसन्निधानः ओङ्काररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। त्वयि अरुणाचल सर्वं भूत्वा स्थित्वा प्रलीनमेतच्चित्रं हृद्यहमित्यात्मतया नृत्यसि भोः ते वदन्ति हृदयं नाम अमलरजतदेहं भाति चिज्योतिरेकं हृदयकुहरमध्ये निष्कलं देवरूपं निकटपथि विचारैः वृत्तिभिः सादरेण सभयमभिवरेण्यं तेजसा दीप्यमानं कर्णतनुधियां यः प्रेरकस्वेन भासा कबलितजगदण्डः पिण्डमध्ये शयानः सकलहृदयवासः शाश्वतो ब्रह्मरूपः वितरतु परिशुद्धिं चेतसो नः शिवाख्यः। So 36th verse, we just read it and spoke a little bit on that verse. நாம் உடலென்று எண்ணில் அல நாம் அதுவென்று எண்ணுமது நாமதுவாய் நிற்பதற்கு நற்றுணையே ஆம் என்றும் நாம் அதுவென்று எண்ணுவதே நான் மனிதன் என்றெண்ணுமோ நாம் அதுவாய் நிற்கும் அதனால். Meaning is very clear. Perhaps so many profound verses we have already seen in Ulladu Narpadu. This is somewhat in a way, the meaning is very simple, so we can easily go to the next verse. Because we have seen so much of Vedanta here, so this meaning is very clear, very simple. Mayal Kurnd, this is the link. Due to ignorance, what they call the primal error, affected by deep ignorance, நாம் உடலென்று எண்ணின், that is a genetic problem. That I am the body idea. It is there in every thought, every dream, every bhavana, every emotion, every activity, every knowledge is an expression that I am the body. Every love is an expression, I am the body, you are the body. Even small emotional transactions like how are you? Where are you coming from? How is your health? Is it about Atma? No. Even that, when you ask, you are just distributing the virus of ignorance to the other also. Without these things, no vyavahara is possible. That is why we say without ignorance, vyavahara is not. With jnana, vyavahara cannot happen. So when vyavahara is there, worldly transaction is there, ignorance is there. So naturally, the very nature of jnanam is silence, stillness, renunciation. Jnanam sannyasa lakshanam. O uḍal yavumenavor, said Bhagavan. Because the very nature, it just puts down everything. So, that is why we already, I think, we spoke about it long back. Because this series of Ulladu Narpadu we have started, it is almost 40 days now. One of the great sage from Kerala, Narayana Guru Swami, his works are all very profound. In Malayalam, in Sanskrit, in Tamil, all the three languages he has written, and his Malayalam works are so profound and beautiful. And some of the verses, you might think that it is written by Bhagavan. He has written those verses before Bhagavan. But if you hear, is it Ramana Maharshi, you will ask. Aham-ahamennu aruluvadokke aarayugil. Even people who know Tamil, they can understand these verses. Aham-ahamennu aruluvadokke aarayugil agame paladalladekamakum. Agalumahanta anegamagayali tugayilaham purudum tuḍarniḍunnu. Simply, Bhagavan's same language. Whatever which is coming inside you as I, if you investigate, inquire, the ego will disappear and the essence, the import, the implied meaning of I will remain there as the full, as the whole, as the perfect. As pure consciousness, it will remain there. So this is his, and one of the most beautiful verses, the last verse in Atmopadesha Shatakam. Very often I have quoted that. The abidance. He was a great poet also. He was a rishi, as a poet also. So his Shivastuti we already told about Arunachala. Just like Aksharamana it is, Eduttu nee vizhungi enna indriyangalodudan nadichidum namah shivaya nayaka namo nama. It is a bhakshitai prananoda Arunachala. Adu madri adhe word mari. So he has written so many verses. The last verse which I want just to share, it is Malayalam verse. Atumitumallam asadarthamalla aham satchidamridamennu telinyu dhiranayi sadasadidi pratipattiyat sattomiti mriduvai amarnidaṉam. You can just put it in Tamil, the same way only. It is neither this nor that. Means it is neither sat nor asat. Neither shunyam nor the objective awareness. And what exists in you as your very being, mriduvai, in a gentle way, abide there. Sat omiti mriduvai amarni. Such a very great sage. Kunjaswami told that Bhagavan told him, after seeing Narayana Guru, because What Narayana Guru told about Bhagavan, I will tell after this. But when Bhagavan saw him, Kunjaswami is Kunjaswami's version, because Kunjaswami has seen Narayana Guru also. So Kunjaswami told that Bhagavan said he had to do a lot of social work in Kerala. He is doing many social work in Kerala, but Purna Purusha, that is what Bhagavan said, is a Purna Purusha. That is his prarabdha, that he had to do many other karma is there, but he is a Purna Purusha, a Brahmajnani. So, that is why before his samadhi, Kunjaswami went there taking some lemon from Ramanashram to see him. And when he saw Bhagavan, you know what he said in Malayalam? He said, Rajasarpa. That is what he remarked about Bhagavan. It is Rajasarpa. Onnu Udiyamati. He said, it is a Rajasarpa. It is the king cobra. It has to just hiss. And ignorance will be gone. Ajnana will be gone. So, and he wrote some verses after seeing Bhagavan. I think we spoke about that these days. Nirvriti Panchakam. Nirvriti means fulfillment, realization. And 5 verses on that. Actually, he has written another 5 verses also. Municharya Panchakam. Muni bhujah kimu padhanatam kimuna kumbini manjatam vrajet. Brijinaharini swapada patini medini. Munehe aparasampada kim iha tattvamasya sagala bhogyamatyashnute. So, this is a very simple verse. This Nirvriti Panchakam is very simple. After seeing Bhagavan, he wrote in Ramanashram notebook these verses. He wrote that state of Jivan Mukta, where he is not even referring to the body in his conversations. He is not asking, where are you coming from? He is not asking, what is your name? He is not asking, what is your caste? Because in those days, they will ask caste. That was it was not something wrong or anything. That was very natural. So they will ask, what is the caste? Somebody asked, because Narayana Guru's reformation was against caste. So once when he was going in the train, another person sitting near him, he asked, what is your caste? To Narayana Guru. So Narayana Guru asked him, what do you feel by seeing? See, I am not able to understand by seeing. If you cannot understand by seeing, how can you understand by saying? So nothing is asked. Ko nama deshaha, ka jatihi, pravrittihi ka kiyadvayaha, ityadi vada uparatihi, yasya tasyaiva nirvrittihi. Unnecessary conversations are not at all there. He is not asking which place, where are you coming from, what is your age. This non-essential talk, if it is not there, the mind will have sufficient energy to do the inquiry, to abide in the self, to be in that akhanda mauna. So, the ignorance is running the show. Everywhere, every activity, the ignorance is running the show. Ajnanam. So, that is what Bhagavan here says, Kurndumayal Nam uḍal endru eṇṇiṉ. When, as long as we think we are the body, we have to say, I am not the body. That is a help. Because every Vedanta meditation, inquiry, contemplation begins like that. I am not a body. Now people are all singing that song. What is it? Shankaracharya's Mano buddhya hankara chittani naham. Even though meaning is not understood, everyone likes to say Shivoham, Shivoham. Mana, the meaning is I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the ego. After negating everything, what remains? That pure consciousness, auspiciousness, that Shivam, that is me. That is Chidananda Rupa Shivoham, Shivoham. I am that Shiva, Shiva. So, this will help. This kind of meditation is actually very powerful because it is the very beginning, The whole world, they have no idea that I am not the body. That is the first breakthrough, spiritual breakthrough. Even that is not there. There is a very interesting story in the Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, where two great people, they go to Prajapati to get initiated into Vedanta. Atma Vidya. One is the king of Devas, Indra. The other is the king of Asuras, Virochana. Both of them go. And Prajapati, he was a very strange teacher. See, we are not getting any disciples to study. But someone, if you get, you should not leave him. But what he did, Prajapati deliberately gave them wrong information. He wanted to test whether they are deserving this. So he said, you do good, go to some, what they call, beauty parlor now, and dress, and then stand before a mirror, and what you see, that is Atma. Both of them went away because they wanted a Upadesha from a great person. So they got the Upadesha, they went away. And they started contemplating. Virochana was completely satisfied. He wanted only a Upadesha. He was not after realization. He was not after the ultimate reality. So he went and started propagating. There was one well-known teacher, Bhagavan Ramana's disciple. He had so many Western disciples. And to many of them, he will say, you are realized. And give some name also. And they will go and propagate, become teachers, have so many disciples and big ashram. Everything will happen. And one day somebody asked him, why are you doing this? Because he was a direct disciple of Bhagavan and very well known. He said, these people are waiting for me to say this. The moment I say this, they will go. Otherwise, they will stick to me like a leech. So the moment I say you are realized, they will go back to their place and start propagation and becoming teachers. Let them go. So that kind of people won't do. So all propagation, all these things, that won't do. So Virochana went away, misunderstood the teaching, and propagated body is Atma. And the Upanishad Bhashya says, Shankaracharya says, from that many practices came in the world. Many practices. Washing the body, cleaning the body, putting all alankaras on the body, and now you can see up to pyramid. And now in America, somebody told that very rich people, they keep the body anointed because they hope that one day science will find way to revive so that they can wake up and again continue their mission of creating problems or whatever. So such people are there. So the body idea, when this knowledge spreads, So much of misinformation, ignorance spreads out from that. nāmuḍaleṉ eṇṇiல். So the first knowledge that should be given is you are not the body. At least let that go inside. From that, Vairagya will come. One of the famous Bhakti Grantha is Nārayaniyam. It is based on Bhagavatam. So every 10 verses, the author Narayana Bhattacharya will tell Guruvayurappa, remove my disease. Remove the disease from my body. And at last he says, the very body idea is a disease. Remove this body idea from me. Remove this identity with the body. Dihi me deha moham tyaja pavana puradhisha. One yogi came to Bhagavan. If I say this, somebody will object. And he came to Bhagavan and said, according to us, the body should be made perfect by yoga sadhana. Various yoga sadhanas, the body will reach a state where it will have no disease. Only after that realization, jnanam will happen in the body. Bhagavan just smiled and said, Odambe oru vyadi voy. அதுக்கு வியாதி வந்ததுன்னா வியாதிக்கு வியாதி வந்ததுன்னு சொல்லணும். He said the body itself, this identity with body itself is a disease. If some disease comes to it, you have to say that disease has come to disease. The very word is very, it's a revealing thing. What we need is isness, existence. It is is. Then you will have isness also. EASC is also. Dis-is means if that isness is not there, there is no isness also. You don't feel light. Yesterday we said about that laghima, lagutva. That is not there. That lightness is not there. And that is a great load which we have been carrying for many, many, many births. So the first breakthrough has to happen saying that you are not the body. In many religions, even this idea is not there. So all importance is for the body. So this is the first breakthrough. Actually, Buddha, after attaining his enlightenment, he went to Sarnath and many places he traveled. But he did not travel much. He traveled almost in the central India. Not much. One place to another, he will be walking. And he spoke only the Magadhi, the Pali dialect. But after his time, or in his own time, he sent many of the bhikshus everywhere. And the information that he gave is just give the varta, the news, the first breakthrough that you are not the body. Something other than the body is there. Deeper. Go deeper. It's same. So the first breakthrough is nāmuḍaleṉ. I am not the body. This is the first idea. adu eṇṇum. I am not the body, I am the self, I am the Atma. This body I am not, I am that Brahman. This bhavana or attitude in meditation, nāmaduvā niṛpadaṛku naṭṭṛuṇaiyē, it will help. You can, Swami Vivekananda, Shivananda, all of them use this method. They all, very often they refer, constantly tell yourself, I am the self, I am the Atma. Meditate deeply. Tell that I am not the body, I am the pure self. I have no impurity. I am the fearless, abhayam. I am the Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta Swarupa. I am the eternal, pure, ever free self. Declare this to yourself, chant the Om. All these things are there in Swami Ramatirtha. He always spoke like this only. That was his main teaching. Chant Om and meditate that I am the self, I am not the body, I am not the mind. I am the pure self, immaculate, infinite like the space, Akasha. So this meditative method is good, says Bhagavan. It is okay. Bhagavan also has, to many people, he has given this. Even to Annamalai Swami, very often Bhagavan has spoken this. He said, meditate that I am the Atma. Annamalai Swami said, even though I inquire and decide I am not the mind, then also the mind is not abiding. Bhagavan said, have the firm conviction that I am the self. Even when the mind is active, tell yourself, I am not the mind, I am the pure self, that pure consciousness. This will help. So, niṛpadaṛku naṭṭṛuṇaiyē. It is a great help. nāmaduvā niṛkumada, as we remain always as that form of Brahman. In Vedanta, Vichara Marga, there is no question of even meditation. Because I am already the self, always the self. That conviction, pratyabhijna has come. There is no question of using the mind and meditating. You know, when the court case was happening in Ramanashram, and the lawyer came and was asking questions to Bhagavan in ashram hall. Because one person said, this ashram is mine, I want this ashram. I was looking after Ramana Maharshi. All these things. So that lawyer came and he was asking. Bhagavan was quietly giving answer from his own plane. And somebody said, Bhagavan is asking so many questions, should we interfere? Bhagavan said, let him ask. Let him ask for any number of days or years. And you know, the most important point is, you can get the secret of Bhagavan here. Bhagavan here says, I never use my mind. This is what he says. I never use my mind. Even for meditation, nothing. Because jnana is a different method. Jnana is a vichara. With vichara you know that you are the self. There is no question of even using the mind, because mind created knowledge also is temporary. And the meditation or the samadhi that is there in jnanam is yourself, not the mind samadhi. Mind becomes actually no mind. Mind has nothing to grasp. Mind has nothing to do. That is why they said, summa ire. Abide as, be still. Abide as that I am, the self-existence. So there is nothing to do. eṇฎrum adu naam eṇḍru eṇṇuvadu yen. Why should I again and again say I am Brahman, I am Brahman? You are not saying I am man, I am man. ṉāṇmaṇidaṉ eṇṇumō. You are not simply again and again declaring. Is there any doubt? You have to say. Yesterday somebody told, I don't know whether people will create problem for this also. Yesterday somebody went to America, a saintly mom, and she said the whole culture has changed so much. And people, now a new group are coming who are identifying themselves with animals, with dog or with some other. I was wondering, because such people were there formerly also. I have written about it in Atma Tirtham. When Shankaracharya is going from place to place, there was a group who identifies themselves with dog. Even I did not believe it. The story is there, so I wrote it. I never believed that it is possible that such kind of people can be there. But recently I heard they identify with some animals, and actually what that Amma told is, a veterinary doctor told her. It seems that is the story. He said, they come to me. And I do not know how to treat them. And they say, you have to treat us because I am a dog. But you look like a human being. What to do? I don't know. We will stop it here. So this is a story which I heard. That's all. I have to take Jamyam. So, නාමදුවා niṛpadaṛku naṭඨுṇaiyē. So you, even identifying that I am a human being, Vedanta is denying. You are pure consciousness, pure self. You are neither the body nor the mind. You are not even a man. You are not the body. And more than that, in the body you superimpose many things. This occupation, that occupation, man, woman, everything is denied in Vedanta only. So if you want to really find your real identity, you have to deny the very body idea and dive deep, go deeper. And go to the source where you know that you are that nijabodharupaha, that pure consciousness. So this is Naham Deho Nendriyani Andarangaha Sakshi Nitya Pratyagatma Shivoham. This is Shankaracharya's Advaita Pancharatnam. Several such shlokas have been written by many jnanis from the time of Sri Shankaracharya. Dasha Shloki, Nirvana Shatkam, many things. So, there is a poem also here, Door to Infinity. To think I am the body is the only fault. Body I am not is also a thought. To think is to invite what is not. The moment thought is there, matter has entered. Neither think this nor think that. Be quiet. Quietude is the door to infinity, the nameless being. Be silent. Still all the thoughts. Rest in self. This is the poem here. Now we will go to the verse 37. You have to read it in Tamil, otherwise it is very difficult. In English, if I read in Tamil, read Tamil. Ariyade muyalum sādhakattil-ē duvitam sādhiyattil adduvitam ஓதுகின்ற vādam-adum உண்மையல ஆதரவாய் தான் தேடும் காலும் தன்னை அடைந்த காலத்தும் தான் தசமன் அன்றி யார் தான். போன ஸ்லோகம் சம்ஸ்கிருதம் என்ன? சோகம் விசாரோ அபுராத்மபாவே சாஹாய்யகாரி பரமார்கணஸ்ய स्वात्मैक्यतायां हि स्वात्मैक्य सिद्धौ स पुनर्निनर्थः यथा नरत्वप्रमितिर्नरस्य. இதுக்கு द्वैतं विचारे परमार्थबोधे तु अद्वैतम् इत्येषण साधुवादः गवेषणात् प्राक् दशमे विनष्टे पश्चाच्च लब्धे दशमत्वम् एकम्. So this is the Sanskrit verse. Dashamanyaya, the famous foolish stories. Sometimes the foolish stories are more interesting than the stories of clever people. These clever people are very boring people. If fools are not there, stories will not happen, interesting things will not happen. Sometimes it is better, either you should be a fool or you should be wise, you should not be clever. Bhagavatam says, both of them will have happiness. If he is an utter fool, he will be happy. If he is a wise person, he will be happy. In between, it is difficult. Yascha mūಢatamo loke, yastu buddhehe param gataha. Mūఢatamaha means superlative degree, utter fool. And buddhehe param gataha, one who has transcended the intellect, he also finds happiness. Yastu buddhehe param gataha, yascha mūఢatamo loke yastu buddhehe param gataha tavubhau sukamedhete klishyatyantarito janaha. Those who are in between, they will suffer, become miserable, because in Malayalam we say buddhimuttu. The difficulty that comes through buddhi. It gives you so many concepts, ideas with which you find very difficult. Paul Brendan was very great intellectual. He wanted to ask many questions to Bhagavan. He prepared a big list to ask Bhagavan, because even Kanchi, Shankaracharya, Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swami said that you should see Ramana Maharshi before. Otherwise, he had not heard about Ramana Maharshi. 2 days back, one Subramaniam came and was nagging him. I will take you to Ramana Maharshi, he is my guru, he is the greatest guru, all these things he was saying. And the more and more the Subramaniam was saying this, more and more he was abhorred. He was feeling it, I don't want to see anyone. Because every Shishya comes and says, my guru is great. I don't want to listen to it. But when Kanchi Swami from Chengalpet, he met Swami, he said, you should see Ramana Maharshi. Then he said, oh, so this was destiny, that this person was nagging him. So I have to go with him. If he is such a great sage, I have to ask him so many questions. So with that questions, he went to Bhagavan, but he could not ask a single question. That happens to many people when they go to Bhagavan. He could not even ask a single question to Bhagavan, because there was an ocean of peace. Ocean of peace. And in that ocean, you just, like a bubble, you fall. He says, my brain like a raft traveled and traveled and traveled to the mid portion of the ocean of peace. And it is about to melt there. From the shore, this person was calling. Why are you not asking questions? The Subramaniam. He was just calling him and asking, why you have not asked a question, you have not asked a question. And he said, my dear friend, I have touched something which is too sacred. A great healing stone. Now a great profound insight comes to me that the brain is a disturbance. The brain creates so many problems and also becomes miserable by trying to solve them. I have found a truth which is beyond the brain. Now why should I ask questions? The person who asks, he comes to error. And the person who answers, he also joins. So, I don't want to ask, such a great silence, that peace is there. The buddhi, the brain also stops. The Upanishad says, it stops its mischief. Uddishchana vicheshtate. Vicheshtati. The cheshta is mischief. The brain stops its mischief. It becomes still quiet. It becomes profoundly quiet. And there is such profound quietude inside, nothing need to be asked. The questioner ceases to exist. The I thought is no more there. There is profound maunam, silence there. So whom to ask? So this is crossing the bottleneck. So the thing is about coming to the foolish story. There only we went to this plane. We said the story of fools. Sometimes even if a person is utterly foolish, if he is obedient to a great master, he will cross the ocean of samsara very easily. One story, which is not this Ulladu Narpadu story, it comes, I don't know, many of you might have gone through Amarchitrakada in your childhood. All of you might be reading Amarchitra, because that was a great spiritual revolution, I will say. So much of Puranas, so many things have been spread out by that great person. So, they also had another series, very interesting foolish stories, the Tinkled. So whenever I narrate, I find those stories in me. So there is one very, very interesting, utterly foolish story. One person is going, the very picture will be very a villager, simpleton, not at all intellectual, a person. So those who have lived in village, see, nowadays the book has changed. The very picture represents the modern culture, the change of brain also. But those stories were very beautiful. One person is going, he wants to go to the town, whatever the town may be, a distant place. So he's asking everybody how to go. And everybody says, go like this, go like this, go like this. And one place he stands, where to go, he has no idea. Another wayfarer was coming, he asked him, how should I go? And that person said, you see there a tree? Yes. There is a river there? Yes. The tree is there? Yes. And above that side there is a road. But he said, above the tree is the way. You know what he did? He said, okay. He just obeyed, climbed the tree, and was sitting in the branch waiting for, he said, how can I, then for the lifetime, first time he thinked, he was thinking, somebody perhaps will come to take me to town, that is the way. So otherwise, why should that gentleman tell me that I should climb the tree? He has not told, but he has imagined, was sitting on the branch. So without such stories, how can I talk for 40 days? So he was sitting on the branch. Then the branch was leaning towards the river. So that was very cool, breeze was coming. He was sitting there. And suddenly one elephant, village elephant, its mahout was sitting on the elephant. He was driving that elephant that way. That mahout was also intelligent like this person. So he asked, why are you sitting on that branch? He said, I want to go to the town. I don't know why I am sitting, even I do not know. He said, I am also going to the town in this elephant. You can come. Saying this, you jump, I will catch you. Saying this, he stood on the elephant and caught hold of his legs. By the time the elephant went away. And both of them were wrangling there. Holding to the branch, that person was there, and the Mahout was also holding his legs, and underneath was the river. The elephant went away. Perhaps the elephant also belongs to same category. Now what will we do? They were having plan. Now what will we do? The Mahout asked him, and he said, do you know how to sing? He said, yes, I can sing. So this Mahout was a good singer. He started singing, holding the leg. Without thinking, he started singing a song. And the other person was a good rasika. He said, you deserve a clap. And both of them fell in the river. And in the river, that roaring river, they were taken. And they could not swim. And in that flow, both of them were having a good concert. And and after some time, some people standing in the road, they saw two people are being taken by the river. They took a boat and rescued them and put on the shore. They have already reached the town. And they did not even look who has rescued them. They said, such a joyful travel I never had in my life. This story, this I read about 30 years back. Even now I enjoy it. See, if a person can have that surrendered attitude, that is his spiritual life. You can be utterly foolish, but the forces are there which will take you further up to the goal. So this story has no connection with this story which Bhagavan is telling here. So, okay. This verse, 37th verse, Ariyade muyalum. Before the jnana, the efforts of a seeker before attainment, generally people have an opinion. They say that before attainment there is Dvaita, after attainment there is Advaita. But that is not true. Bhagavan goes to the level of Mandukya Karika. That is not true. Advaita alone is there. In Shankaracharya's commentary in one place, an opponent tells Shankaracharya there is Dvaita should be taught before. After that only you should tell them Advaita. Shankaracharya says Dvaita do not deserve to be taught. Na upadesha arham dvaitam. Jādamātra prāni buddhi gamyam. He says it is your genetic problem. Nobody need to tell you that you are the body. Nobody need to tell you I and you are separate. Nobody need to tell you there is duality here. It is our problem. The Shruti, the Upanishad, the teachers are all there to tell you there is only one, no two. Ekameva advitiyam nehananasti kinchana. To declare this truth, the Shruti is needed. You will not be able to understand it by yourself. Otherwise, Dvaitam is always there in your ignorance, it is there. So, sādhakattil-ē duvidam sādhakattil-ē. Oduvidam adduvidam oduginra vādam-adum unmayala. The argument that before there is duality, then non-duality, even this argument is not true. Ādaravai tān tēdum kālatum. Bhagavan here puts a word Ādaravai because the sadhana The very beginning of sadhana should be with reverence. Not any research, any seeking, any search should be with honesty, with sincerity, with reverence. Arrogance has no place. Somebody is asking Bhagavan some question in talks. He has an aggressive attitude. Then Bhagavan, looking at him, says, this is not the attitude. Bhagavan says, this is not the attitude when you want to know the truth. Any truth, search, even in science, everywhere, when you are searching, there should be reverence. Because everything underneath your feet deserves respect. There is no place for arrogance in any form. So, ādaravai tān thedum kālum, while seeking with reverence, tanai adainda kālathum, even after attainment of the self, tān dashaman andri tān ar. One Westerner reading this English Tamil, he said, why it is said in Ulladu Narpadu, dress man? Is it dress man? What is dress man and undress man? Perhaps Avaduta becomes undress man. Right? So it's not dress, because when you read it like this, Tan Drasaman and it becomes, it looks like. So too, the last Tamil song also, Andri, Indri, Endri, Shandre, Idal, Mai, Shadak, it becomes very difficult. Unless you know so much Tamil, that pronunciation becomes very difficult. We have Sannidhi Murai Parayanam happening there, Muruganar's Sannidhi Murai. Even Tamil scholars will find it very difficult because it's all Sangakala Tamil, very ancient Tamil, not very easy. But Bhagavan's Tamil is comparatively easier. But the essence is so much condensed there. So here Bhagavan says a story of the 10 fools. The famous story. It's a famous story of 10 fools who went for a pilgrimage. So their guru said, all of you should be very careful, you should protect each other. Whenever you cross a river, you have to take count. If someone is missing, you will not know. So they are very obedient. So when they crossed the river, they started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10th man is missing. And each one of them counted and said, the 10th man is missing. Somebody is missing. One person said, the other person said, you do not know how to count. I will count. And he also did the same mistake. He did not count himself. And at last, one person came, was going by that way. He looked at them, what is the problem? They are all crying, bewailing. We do not know what will we go and say to that person's house. We do not even know to whose house we should go. Then that person said, what happened? One person is missing. We crossed the river. Who missed? We do not know. That is the problem. Then he said, I will count. Prathamaha tvamasi means you are the first person. Dvitiyaha tvamasi, you are the second person. Tritiyaha tvamasi, you are the third person. Like that, dashamas tvamasi. He gave a hit to the 10th man. You are the 10th. Oh. So I was lost. My God. You are such a compassionate person. By your karuna, I have been regained. Otherwise, what will I say to my mother if I am missing? This is actually what we are saying to Guru also, no? Oh, I did not know. Now only I got Atma Labha. There is no Atma Labha. Atma was not at all lost. It was ever there. Somehow you did not count. You failed to count. You missed to count. Then you recognize that you are the self. So, it is the anubhuti. Anaivar anubhuti unmai, says Bhagavan. Advaita is anaivar. See, Bhagavan did a revolutionary explosion in Advaita. Because generally we need so much of philosophy to establish Advaita. Somebody asked Bhagavan, Dvaita, Advaita. Bhagavan did not say Dvaita or Advaita. He said, is there two I in you? That's all. Only that much. You don't need all arguments or anything. Because your very consciousness, there is no two. In deep sleep, there is no two, not even one. If two is not there, one becomes meaningless. Nachaikam tadanyad vidiyam kutasyat nava kevalatvam nacha kevalatvam nashunyam nacha ashunyam advaitakatvat katham sarva vedanta siddham bravimi. So, neither one nor two, nor nothingness void, nor non-void. That is Advaita. It is the very nature of the self, ananyatvam. There is no anya, there is no anya, there is no other. Existence is already shining forth in you as I. Sattvabhasika chitkvavetara sattayahi chitchittayahi aham. Existence as shining as aham, as I. And that is the truth. The I that shines beyond the mind is the pure, absolute self without any illusion of duality. So that is the highest truth. This is Dashamanyaya. So there is a poem here also, Purna. Wander not in the world of chaos and confusion. Stay centered in you, the self. Make not a move. You are the fulcrum and all worlds around you. You are the pivot of the wheel of karma and dharma. Stay there and you have clarity, peace and virtue. Leave that center and lo, you are out for trouble. Do not seek yourself like the 10 fools of the parable. Every seeking brings a space between you and truth. When the very seeking is made of ignorance, because without that, who will seek? There is not even a space for an atom to bring in a second. The one whole fills here, there, everywhere, Purna. Trust this saving knowledge here and now. Be silent. This is the point. And the 38th verse is about karma. It's a different topic here. The Dashamanyaya is Anaivar anubhuti unmayal. Always we are the Atma. This is the simple truth. Actually, if one person can believe this much is enough. Too much of intellectualization is not needed. If you can just have faith that I am Atma, I am that pure self, never forgetting. That is the method of Ashtavakra and Bhagavan. Not much vichara klesha. Just take this, finish. Yadi deham vritakritya chiti vishramya tishtasi. Adhunaiva sukhi shanto bandha mukto ma vishyasi. You will become free. You will be liberated from bondage here and now if you separate the body and abide in the chit, in pure consciousness. Don't unnecessarily itch the intellect. Because the truth has already happened to you. It is shining in you as the I am, as existence. Quieten the brain, quieten the senses, put the senses in order, still the mind, quieten the brain. Let the ego merge in the source. The whole thing is over. Vācam yaccha mano yaccha pranān yaccha indriyānicha ātmānam ātmana yaccha nabhuyah kalpase dhvane. So Bhagavata says, simplest way, direct, put the senses in order, still the mind, put the pranas in order, quieten the ego, quieten the intellect. You have arrived. Because you are already there. You are sitting upon the truth here now. Your very being is that. Tattvamasi. You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect, you are not this person also. Whenever somebody is telling that you are this person, that is like making you a convict. And when you seek that, it is not real. The ego, the jiva bhava is not real. You are that Shuddha Chaitanya, Atma. Don't forget this. That simple is Vedanta Shastra. Nothing is so simple like this. There is not even search here. Even seeking is not there. That is the difficulty of it also. Because we want to do something. That is why Upanishad says, you go and do everything in the world. When you are fed up with it, come here. In half a minute, I will give you the truth. Akhandananda Saraswati Swami said, when he went to a great Vedanta teacher, that Acharya told him, Panditji, आपको ये लोग संसार में कुछ भोगना है तो भोग के आओ, उसके बाद देखेंगे. सब समाप्त करके आइए, उसके बाद हाफ ए सेकेंड आपको मुक्त बना दूंगा, जीवन मुक्त बना दूंगा. That easy is Vedanta. Vedanta is that simple. In half a minute I will make you Jivan Mukta, says that Acharya. But you finish everything because let Vairagya be complete. Otherwise you want to come here and go there also. Like keeping two legs in two boats. Then the whole thing becomes utterly simple. Then no sadhana. Even sadhana is also not there, because Bhagavan says ultimately sadhana becomes a vedana. Even this struggling becomes a pain. You are fed up with everything. So that simple is the truth. Vedanta means school vacation. That is the translation. Veda means schooling, teaching. Anta means holiday, or it's actually closing the school. No school, nothing to learn, nothing to know. For that so much studies, so much learning to escape from learning. Vichara to stop vichara. To cross the border of the mind and brain. Then you arrive here and now into that Purnatva. Verara vilangum purul. As Bhagavan says, Verara vilangum purul. The truth which shines forth not as the other, but as your own being. Tāne tāne tattvam, as your very existence. That simple truth is being revealed in Ulladu Narpadu. Few more verses are there and few more days are there for the Chaturmasya series. This is Chaturmasya series. In the beginning of Chaturmasya, we had Brahma Sutram. For 16 days we had it. After that, now we have the Ulladu Narpadu. Soon, by 17th, we will complete it. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Yato mamatma bhavasi tumeva, tato na vāchyam mama kinchidasti, yathāta veshtam kurumam tathaiva tvam atmanātham ramanam bhaja.